yesterday what we discussed regarding the background property. Okay, and then we had discussed regarding the border property, that how we can create different styles in the border. Like you can see here, we had means we had applied the curve at 3 border corner. Okay, then after that we had seen each border, means then we had seen how we can apply image in the border. Mostly what we are applying in the border, like solid, then groups, then means dotted, different border property having, so those we can apply. But if we want to apply some particular image, a specific image, so we can go and apply that also. So in that case, it become our design, means as per our requirement we can apply any images and that will be applicable. Okay, so next we had seen the background property. In this background property, what we had discussed, we discussed how we can apply multiple images in one single sentence itself. Like you can observe here, here is the background property, and inside this background property you can see there, this is one image, correct? Then this become the another image link, and this become your third image link. So you can observe here we had applied the 3 images. So means at in single statement we can apply multiple images. Okay, next, and for the multiple images we have to provide the position, that on which means where you want to apply, fix that image, like top, bottom, left, wherever you want you can apply like that. Next we had looked over the gradient. So gradient going to help us in designing the designing the coloring pattern. We can tell like coloring pattern. So here what is going, what is displaying, it going to mix up many colors in the same time. So here you can observe, here we have red color, then bottom you getting that yellow color. So what we are doing, we are using the gradient, and in that gradient we going to pass two color. So with the help of that two color, it will automatic, means we not have to do anything. It will automatic by default, it will mix those color, and according to that we will get the output. So in linear, this comes under the linear gradient. Linear, it means you can tell like along x-axis or y-axis, like that way. So how we had used the linear gradient, means gradient we can tell. So for using gradient, we have to use the background property. Okay. So here you can observe we had used the background image. Okay. It means for the gradient as well, we have to treat the color as a background image itself. Means whatever in the linear gradient we going to apply, that will be behave like a background image. So in the background image, as much color you want, you can apply there. Like here you can observe, here we have two color only. But if you want to apply multiple, you can pass there. After that, if you want some direction, that my color have to start from this direction to this direction, then you can pass the direction as well. So here you can observe we had given the direction, that is to right. It means the color is moving towards the right direction. So it will start from the left and it will move towards the right direction. We had observed these all things yesterday itself. So just I going quickly recapping all those concepts. So next, here we had given the bottom right. Okay, so it means the color will move from the to the bottom direction. Yes. Okay, so next, so this become just directional, you can tell like x-axis, y-axis, like that way. But suppose that we want to use angle, so in that case we can go with angle as well. But here there will be no any changes. We will use the linear gradient itself, and after that we have to use here angle. Whatever angle, means at whatever angle you want to apply the color, that you can, means from which angle you want to mix up, so the mixing of the coloring. So here we had applied the x 180 degree. 180 degree means nothing, it will be just as a normal. When we had applied the first means when we not applying any type of a, angle value here, so by default it will becomes like that itself. So we can change the this angle value 180, 90, 45, 30, like that. Yesterday we had changed, we had observed that output by changing the each value. Okay, so next, suppose that we passing multiple color. So when you will pass multiple color, what will happen, you will get mix up like this. Here you can observe that rainbow background color. So next, So here again, so these all are just basic example. There is nothing in these all case, but there are some standard colors. As I told yesterday, that if you're going to purchase some branded clothes, so in branded cloth, if you will search for suppose that red color or yellow color or green color, then maybe you will not get, because brand having some specific color, you will not get whatever your desired color, whatever your means requirement is there, maybe you will not get. So that is the case. So here you can see, here we have applied multiple color. So I think this output for this one is this above one. Okay, then you can observe here some means white and a red color mix up is there. Then next transparency. So here what we can see, transparency means what? Anyone have idea what means transparency? Had we studied opacity? Anyone had? No one. Opacity we had not studied. May I get the response at least yes or no?
Transparency is a way of one side to seeing on the another side.
Okay. It means we had studied the opacity. Okay. I copied that whatever we had done yesterday itself. Let me remove this. Okay. So opacity means you can see the transparency level. Transparency means opaque, you can tell that how much visibility will be there. So that will comes under the opacity. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay. So now what we will see? Opacity. Okay, fine. 1 second. So if you will apply color, let's say apply, or otherwise just put cursor over this. Now you can observe here that a coloring effect here. If you will drop down, okay, you can mix up the opacity value here. Correct. If we got completely down, maybe opacity will be 0 or 1. How many value will be opacity have? Means what is the range of value?
0 to 1. Huh?
0 to 1.
What will be the range of opacity value?
0 to 1.
Hello. किन्हीं को मालूम नहीं है ओपेसिटी का रेंज क्या है?
भाई बोला तो सर 0 to 1. आवाज नहीं जा रहा था क्या सर?
परसेंटेज में भी ले सकते हैं सर. हेलो, आवाज आ रहा है क्या?
हाँ.
Hello.
Now tell me.
0 to 1. We are also taking percentage. 0 to 1, 100%.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it will be 0 to 1. Okay, fine.
Let's try one thing.
If you will apply opacity, let's apply here one time. opacity 0.5. Let's see what will happen. Yeah, you can observe here regarding the H1. Okay, if we will put opacity become 0.0, it means 0 itself. So now that text, whatever text but visible there, now it become completely hidden, means it become complete opaque, nothing is visible. And if we will pass 1, means it become complete transparent, now the text is completely visible. So that is the case of opacity. So that itself is known as the transparency. So same thing we were discussing here. Okay, so using transparency, so how we can put the transparency? So here you can check the value label RGBA. What is that A here? Anyone have idea? What opacity? What is the full form actually? That's A.
A for sir alpha, the
Alpha, correct.
transparency value.
Yeah.
Red,
So
green, blue.
R R is red, green, blue. A for alpha. So alpha will be A will be your transparency level. Okay. Actually here code is wrong. We can copy this from W3 school. But 1 second, let me copy. Color gradient. एक और कलर का कहीं गलत था ना. 1 second. ओके वो रेड वाला है. ठीक है. Okay. Now, so this become the opacity. Now you can observe here, we got some standard type of color. Okay. So like that, this by default, some trans means pattern you can tell that we can follow and we can give them color like that. And here you can see the opacity itself. So here it's a complete transparent, but if you going right side, it become complete dark. Means opacity is varying from the left to right direction. Okay, so that will happen only with means we can make that opacity with the help of RGBA also, means with the help of the color itself. So this was completely linear gradient. Okay, now we have to move to the radial gradient. So in the radial gradient, it will be, we can tell like a radius. So it will be like circular type of shape. So you can observe here in the radial gradient, here also we have to use the property background image as well. There is no changes in the property, but here what we was taking previously, what was this value?
Linear gradient.
Previously it was a linear gradient, but now we are taking the radial one. And same type, we can provide the color. Okay, if you will increase or decrease the height, then you will get the, maybe you will get the circular type of shape. Okay, now it's look like a circle completely. So like this type we can create the radial gradient, means here we have to pass the radial gradient parameter, and after that we have to pass the value. Next, you can create the set shape. Just now be done also, we had created the square. So how we can pass that, we can do with the help of the height and width. Next, so same thing we can create here as well. Let's see with the help of this one how they are creating. Let's comment this one. So what happened? We got the, 1 second. Okay, so it's like previous itself. Okay, no issue. Okay, now let's say create this diagram. Okay, let's say copy the code, then I will explain the code. So what we taken here? So here we have background image, that's the same, and we had passed a border radius 50%. Let's see. So you got this one. Let's say pass the height and width. Now your design got a fix in some specific section or area, you can tell. Now let's say discuss the code. So what is here? Background image, it's the same. Previously we had taken radial gradient, then linear gradient we had taken, but here we have to take a repeating conic gradient. Okay, means it going to repeat in the conical form. So what we taking in the parameter, means inside the value. So we taken the first color as a red. What we provided, 0 degree and 10 degree. It means the red color will be appear from where, 0 degree to 10 degree. It will appear only this direct, means this section, because it going to make one circle. After that, yellow color, how much degree it will occupy? So it will occupy 20 degree to 30 degree. Okay, means 0 to 10 is red, 10 to, that is in the degree form. Take care. 0 degree to 10 degree, you have red. 20 degree to 30 degree, it's yellow. And next color is blue. That is 20 degree to 30 degree. Means now you can see this 20 degree and 30 degree, and the yellow color. Yellow is also available in the same degree, 20 degree to 30 degree, and blue is also available in the 20 to 30. Let's say do one thing. Let's say change the value for this one. Make it 40 and to 50. Let's see what is happening. Got the value? So as much value you will pass here, you will get all the color in your radial gradient. Got it? Means in the conical shape you will get. So here we had a passed that it will start from the 0 to 10, then 20 to 30, then 40 to 50, whatever. And suppose that if you want continue, here you can observe one thing, that your degree value is not continue. 0 to 10, that's okay. 10 to, sorry, 20 to 30. Here, suppose be making this from 10 to 30. Okay. Then continue 30 to 40. Means now you can observe that it is all the degree value. It's a continue. Let's see the output. Now you can observe the section. The red color is starting from here, ending from here. But in the previous case, you can observe that mixing of color. I will go one time again with that one. 0 to 10, fine. Let's make this one as a 20. Let's see in the red and yellow itself. Now you can observe here where the pattern of red is going to end. 1 second. Now you can observe here the pattern. Sorry. Yeah, here. Okay, so here your red is going to end, suppose that up to this section, and yellow is going to finish up to this section. Then in the middle you can observe here that yellow and red both are mixed up. Why? Because in the degree what we had given, we had not given continue, we had break 1 degree in the middle, 0 to 10, and next is 20 to 30. What about 10 to 20? No one is there, correct? So when no one is there, in that case this red and yellow both are contributing to make that, section, and both will fill combinedly the color in that section, you can observe. But when you moving to another degree, 30 degree, 32, here you can see yellow color is starting from the 30. Okay, and the blue color is also starting from the 30. It means yellow and blue, where is that, blue or red? Yeah, so here you can observe yellow and blue, there is no any mix up, there is no any mixing color, all having exact boundary point. Clear? So if you want mixing of the color, then you can make the gapping of the degree. If you want exact point, then you can go continue degree value. Clear? Or anyone have doubt?
Who is your
Yeah,
sir, who is
yeah,
the
yeah.
starting point,
A starting point. A starting point is 0 degree.
sir? In output, sir.
In output you can't observe, that is because it's a look like conical actually, na. But yeah, you, if you want to observation, one second I can tell you. In that case what you can do, you can start from the means you can provide degree value up to 360. Got it? Means suppose that here let's say give one value green, give the value 50 degree to 360 degree. Let's see what is happening. Got it? Because now you have the continue degree, so that's why. But here what is happening, 0 degree to 10 degree it gone, 20 to 30 it's gone, and 30 to 50 it gone. After 50 there is nothing, so what will happen, it will repeat. Clear? But now what be done, bit given the value up to 360, so after 50 degree it will start. So now you can observe the starting point. Where is the starting point?
Top.
On the top, correct? Because after the top, when we reach in this section, in this area, then it's moved 360 degree. Clear? So this type we can make this design. Okay, so this was your linear gradient, radial gradient, conical gradient. Anyone having issue? Now can tell me. Next we will move something text shadow. No doubt? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what we want to modify this text. Okay, let's say take the text shadow property. Let's take with H1 itself. Text shadow. So now what is the value here? You can observe 1 second. Yeah. So you have black and you have red color. You can observe here we had provided a red color. Okay. After that, for making the text shadow, we have to use the property text shadow. Okay. After that, we provided the value two value here. One is, so let's observe each value. So here is a two value. One is for the x-axis. Okay. Let's try this one. Make this 20 pixel. Let's see where it movement. What happened? So you can observe that backside shadow. It moved in the x direction. Correct. And the second value is for the, I think, thickness. Let's see. Sorry, it become for the bi-direction. Okay. So first value is for x direction. Let me write here. First value is for x direction. Okay. And second value is for y direction. Clear? So let's make a smaller value. Just to go 5 pixel and make here as well 2 pixel. Let's see now. So now tell me one thing. Shadow color is red. That's fine. I want to change the upper text. Okay. I want to change the color of this text. How we can change? We will
Color
use
property.
we will use color property. Correct. So let's apply the color. It means which color? Font color. Just pass a color green. Got it. So the backside color that will become the shadow color. So that you have to pass inside the text shadow, but that color which you want to change for the upper text means top level, top layer you can tell. You have to treat that color, that text as a text only. So if you will apply the color property, due to the color property, that color of text become changed. Okay. And if you want to change the color of the shadow, just 1 second. So if you want to change the color of that text, so you have to treat that as a text only. Okay. And then when we will provide the text, means for changing the color, it becomes the color and it will change the text color. If you want to change the color of the shadow, you can go with the text shadow property, and that will be change the shadow color. Move next.
Sir,
Yeah, carry on.
sir, can I add background color in text shadow, sir?
Yeah, sure. Just pass the background.
No, sir, background color.
Which background?
H1. particular background as.
So where you telling
Okay, okay.
background color? This one itself,
Okay,
correct?
sir. Okay. No, I am talking about the shadow, sir.
Shadow means shadow is red color. Okay.
Like, yeah, nothing,
Okay.
sir.
So let's check that any text dash background is there. I not think. Text hyphen background. No, that is not. In that case, you have to take the background color itself because the background color
Sir,
become yeah.
sir, if we are not provided text shadow color, then it's have some default color.
Yeah, it will take your that a color itself, text color itself. Whatever color you going to provide, that it will take. Now you can observe. Be given the color, correct? The same color gone gone in applying in the back side as well. Let's comment this one. Got it? It means when you will not provide, it will take the black color. Or if you providing any text color, it will take that one. Clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anyone having still doubt anything? Tell me. This property. So what is this? Text shadow. So whatever we had used, same thing we are using, but now it's become something different. So how many parameter is there now? Now we have 3 value here. Previously we had taken 2 value. So what was the use of that 2 value? One was first was for x-axis, means x direction movement. 5 pixel that will be for the y-axis direction movement. Okay. Now this here you have 3 pixel. So what is this one? 3 pixel is going to affect in the shadow. Okay. Now you can observe that shadow. You can tell like blurriness. Okay. Make this 1 pixel. Let's see. Got it? Transparency or opacity, whatever you can tell. It's like that way. Means the thickness of that shadow for that. Got it? Make this 2 pixel. So like this type, it will go and affect. Let's see what property it's giving. So it is a multiple shadow. So for multiple shadow, we can provide like this property. Next is CSS box shadow. So specify a horizontal and vertical shadow. In its simplest way, simplest use, you can only specify a horizontal and vertical shadow. The default color of the shadow is the current text color. Just now we had seen when we had not provided any color. In that case, what happened? The text color had detected for the shadow color as well. Let's say, okay, this is box shadow. Let me copy this one. So previously, whatever we had seen, that was your text color. Okay, means shadowing of the text and making the style listing. But now we are going to design the box. So when you had worked on the project side, so that time maybe you had got this type of design. Now see, when you putting the cursor over that, you getting the box in the back side. So here you have two things. One is the text with the shadow and box also having the shadow. So actually the thing is that there be used a h over. Let me remove the h over property. Then we will go with the normal property. The deep, yeah, fine. So what happened? Let's say discuss on the completely. So we had taken one div become your box, and inside that we have text. Fine. So now on the text, what we had done, we applied the text shadow property. So you can observe here text shadow property just now we discussed. Second, on the div section, what we had done, we taken one background color for the box, means yeah, for the div section, and here we provided the width, means height and width. So in that much section it will occupied. That's fine. Next is the main thing, shadow. So how we will get the shadow backside, whatever you getting in the red. So that is due to the box shadow. So what we provided here, 5 pixel, 5 pixel and a red color. So again 5 pixel, what is this? This is for again x direction. Let's say modify the value, make it a 10 pixel. Let's see it moving in the x direction. Let make it 100. You can observe the value, the box is moving in the x direction. Correct. Now if we will increase or decrease the value for the y direction. Clear? So this type you can create the shadow of the box. Means there is no any difference between the box shadow and a text shadow. There is just minor one property changes, that is text hyphen shadow or box hyphen shadow. Whatever value be providing, both having same thing. Any doubt? Tell me. Now, suppose you want to create this box shadow on H over property. Already we studied in the CSS H over. Now we can apply that. Let's say, okay, let it to be this one. So now we applied that H over on this, but I want to make something different. Let's change the color. Okay, now this color. Let's save. Put the cursor. Your shadow is going to change on the H over because we had applied the H over property. Clear? Any doubt? Anyone have doubt? Then tell me. This thing you will observe in the when you working on the project. Maybe I think you had got this.
Sir, can I take left side that box shadow?
Left side it means this direction you telling. Okay, so maybe I think we can go with a minus value. Let's try what is happening. No, that is not coming there. Then I think we can't take that. But one thing, oh sorry, wait, I was applying on that, so that actually wrong. Try here minus. Yeah, got it. And you can take here margin, take 25 pixel. Let's say your box gone in the left side. Clear? So
Yes.
like this type. So now we have a both property. On H over it will move to the right direction. By default it is in the left direction because in H over we had given the positive value. If you want to move in the up and down, that is y value, y direction value you can change. So you will get that one. Okay. Next. So this is the output. So specify a horizontal and vertical shadow. So box shadow, if you whatever we providing the value 10 pixel, 10 pixel. So one become X, one become the Y direction. Fine. So the next become everything become remaining become the color. Let's see this one. Take the value means code and see. Div. Okay. Box shadow. Let it to be here. I will put the value here. So how many value is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's observe what is the changes. Put the color cursor. So this whatever value be provided right now, this value again it will be same as that multiple shadow in the text color when we had passed multicolor 3 value we had provided. So it will work the same type. Okay, it also giving the multi type. So that is the thing. So here you can see that. So set the spread radius of the shadow. We can provide that now. So now this become the shadow. Now the two type of shadow. One is inset and other is the offset shadow. You can see where is that offset shadow. This is inset. Offset is upper only itself. No. Okay, offset whatever we are using. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So what we added extra here? We added one property inset. So now you can observe the shadow, whatever shadow is there, it look like now that our upper box, it gone inside. Okay, it look like that upper box is going inward. That is known as the inset shadow. And you can observe that output here as well. You can see that yellow color box is look like it's going inside. Okay, or whatever B was working previously we had checked, those all was look like that is coming, means it look like that is on the top. So let's do one thing. Any inset offset value is there? I not thinking, but let's see. No, that is not. Only inset is there. Fine. So this type we can create the box shadow. Next, here we are using the image card. You can observe here when we had worked in the project that time this had came. So on the top image is there, bottom you have the card section. We will not go much more in this. So here what we happen, we have one box shadow. In box shadow we provided the same whatever we discussed right now. Then anything is there? No. And just next, this is your div class. And inside here what we had done, we provided the image height and width, and after that the class container. And class container we passed the padding value. That's it. Only one section, means we provided the image on the top, and bottom you had specified this text area height and width, and nothing is there. And if you want the shadowing, you can apply the box shadow. That is the case. Whenever you getting this type of design, try to break that. Then only you will get the idea that what are the code should be. If you will not break the design, then you will not get realize that. Oh, one image is there. Image is missing. What is the image? Let me take this. We got the same image. Copy image address. Okay, now we got the same card. So what is the CSS we used here? Let's look over that. So you can observe here in the div section, come to the bottom first. So here we have the class Polaroid, and inside that we had taken the one image. So image came on the top. That's fine. Next is the one div that containing the class as a container, and inside that class container we provided the text. Okay. After that, inside the div Polaroid, we had provided that is for the complete container. Okay, complete div you can tell. So we had taken the width and we taken the box shadow because we want the shadow in the back side of the box, and then text alignment that is center. And after that, for the container is where the text area, this section, we provided the padding. That's it. Nothing is there. Clear? So the means basic thing whatever we had discussed just now, like text shadow, box shadow, then gradient, with the help of those we can create the design. That is the thing. Next is a text overflow. What are you getting from that overflow term? Anyone have idea?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is that one?
Sir,
Overflow.
when we create the one box, then we write the inside of text. So our and many text, then our follow the text. Then we are using the our photo property.
Okay, it means you can, if you be going in the CSS, that so we had used overflow during X direction and Y direction. Means when you writing some text, and if you have any container, okay, and due to more number of text, so what happen, it will, the text will go outside of the border, or you can tell outside of the boundary. So in that case, the text become overflow. Means maybe the text will be go outside of the boundary. So in that case, what we have to do? We have to make all the text only available inside the boundary point. Means we want to capture that all the text. It should not have to go outside beyond the boundary. Okay, so that is the thing. So that is known as the overflow. And if you going in the table concept, so when you have more number of data, so what is happening in that case, your data will go outside of the table, or due to that maybe your table will be go outside of the browser. So in that case we have to make the responsive table. So that is means whenever you have more text, so in that case, so you can observe here the design. So you have the boundary point, inside the boundary point something is written. This is some long text, that okay. So maybe if when you will open any website, so you will observe there that in the description, mostly in the description case, when you have a less number of sorry, a space is less, and the description data details is more. So in that case what happen, that text whatever is extra, that will be go outside, and or if you writing in that itself, so it become too much. Means due to that the page size will get increased. So what we have to do, we have to make that somewhat proper, look good. So that's why there you will get one button like more details, or more information, something like that. So when you clicking on more info, then what will happen, that remaining text will get open. Means description area will get open. So same thing you can observe here. But one thing, if we will not write the more info, that button, then how you will get that where the text there is something more, or the something extra text is also wrapped there, you can't observe. So that's why you will get one button. So now in this case you can observe the first input field, input or border, whatever you can tell. So in the first border you will get some text, but after this means a text, that after that something more text is there, but due to less space the text is not visible. Correct. So in that case, what we have to do, we have to minimize, means we have to show something that some more text is still there. Like something we have to make something like that. So here you can observe triple dot. Okay. You will get this thing. This is very simple, but you will use this thing in your daily practice, daily coding side too much. Okay, this is too much important, you can tell, means real time be using too much. So text overflow property specify how overflowed content that is not displayed should be singled to the user. Means in the single sentence it is not displayed, so how you have to, so it can be clipped. Okay, so or it can be rendered as an ellipsis, that is known as ellipsis. So mostly what is the problem, you will forget after some day itself that how to get this design, means how to minimize or how to make that a triple dot symbol. So just keep in mind that a triple dot. Okay, so when you will search in Google, then you will get that something like that. So what we have to do, there is just one property, text overflow, One is clip. So clip means what? The upper design. This after text that your text gone finish up to here. Clip means it gone to, it will, after that it will be whatever will be section, it will extracted out. Okay, it going to clipped out. But in the second section, that is known as ellipsis, means whatever text, extra text is there, that gone to wrapped into triple dot. Okay, so now you can see here the text overflow property, that is ellipsis, and this one is going to make that proper process actually. So let's say copy the code, then I will only one property, this one is the main, remaining all are just normal itself. Let me copy the complete itself. One second. Yeah, where it gone? Second one, something is to happen. This is some long text that will not fit in the box. One second, why this is not coming proper? Test 2, d dot test 2. Let me copy in separate HTML file itself. Why this system is too slow? But still it not come. This is some long text that will not fit in the box. Okay. Why this is not coming? Second. This property is correct. No wrap width equal to 200 pixel. Fine. Order is there.
Text overflow, sir.
Mhm. Which one?
Text
text
overflow.
text
Text overflow value, sir.
text overflow value is fine. It's hidden. That is fine. So let me test 2. The border was not coming there. Now border came. Now take the same thing. Just we will change only one. Fine. Now take a text overflow ellipsis. That's it. Yeah. So now you can observe. So what is the issue here? Previously means we getting value up to here. Okay, complete. But after this, you can observe that some more text is there. But in this case, what happened? The after this that we got the triple dot, and after the triple dot, you can easily understand some more text is there. Okay, so that is the thing. So one thing, how we will decide that how much a text have to visible in this section. Okay, so that will be with the help of the width. Let's reduce the width. Here I'm not thinking that these all property have to recap, but just I will go with the width. Let's say provide 10 pixel. Let's see what happened. You got only one character. Now let's make it 100. Now you can see this is sum. After that you getting the triple dot. So according to this, you can increase or decrease. Now you got too much section, means you got the complete area because it becomes the 1000. Let's make it 500. Fine. So you have the box up to here, but you have text only this much. So text is going to fit inside the box itself. So whenever text will not fit, in that case, you will get this triple dot symbol. Okay. So suppose that while working, suppose tomorrow you getting forget that how to apply that triple dot. So you can search in the Google as well. So what is that? Triple dot when we applying, when we have a more number of text. Okay. So how to apply is otherwise how to get, just like this triple dot when, or just write blindly in HTML. Let's see we getting something, anything or not. No, it's giving something different. Wait, how to get it, due to get actually it taken that post means API side. How to make or how to show triple triple dot in HTML. Maybe now we will get. Yeah. How I can show triple dot in a span hidden overflow. Now let's see. You can see here. I can means below you getting triple dot and top it's not coming. Okay. You can observe the property here. Text overflow ellipsis. Okay. So why I showing you this one, because tomorrow when you will work, then sure 100% you will forget this one. But that time you can search in Google. But at least you have to know that something is there that can help in this type. That is the sin. Fine. So next, the following example show how you can display overflowed content when hovering over the element. Means when you will provide the H over facility in that case. So here overflow, then it will be visible. That's it. So no need to do this one. Let's it to be. Next is 2 dimension and 3 dimension. How much topic is still? Oh, we reached only 18. 1 second. Then CSS transition. CSS animation. Okay. Okay. Let's see. how much we can cover. Anyone have doubt up to here? Then tell me. Now I will go somewhat fast and quickly on the property basis. Hmm. So two dimension. So in two dimension, what will be the thing? It we have only x direction or y direction. Two things. So the matrix method. Yeah. So the matrix method combine all the two dimension methods into one. The matrix method takes 6 parameter containing mathematic function which allows us to rotate, scale, move, mistranslate, and skew the element. So matrix within matrix we will provide scale x, skew x, okay, scale y, translate x, translate y. These all three. Let's say copy the code and execute first. So what happened here? First div, this is normal div. Okay, this one is the normal div. Second div, using the matrix method. Let's say go to the my div one. So what is happening here? We taken one div where we provided the height and width, background color, border. That's fine. Next, we had taken here matrix property, and with the help of matrix property, we had provided all the 6 value by there. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 value we provided here. So just whatever we had discussed, skew, translate, and something was there during x, y in all direction. So what is happening actually? 1 second. Let me try here. It not look like something differences. Yeah, some code break was there that I have observed. Second. Yeah, this white spaces. Actually, when you will copy code from the Google sheet, no, you will get some problem. Some white space will get there, and you can't observe. Yeah. So in the x direction means in this direction, what is happening? Div one, first top div is the normal. Second div, we had skew, means we had rotated during x direction or y direction. You can tell means combinedly it's going on x and y both. Then again we used same thing. We rotated in the another direction. So this you can see another use of the matrix method. It means we had changed the value in each direction, in different direction. So what values it will contain? So 1 second, let me take this one. Yeah. Okay, so you can do one thing. You can change the value and you can check this that how you can rotate that div. Okay, so what are the value be taken inside the matrix? First it will take a scale x, then a skew around y, a skew around x. Okay, then a scale y. Then next is a translate during x and sorry, translate along x and a translate along y. So these all value. Now you can change, do one thing, you can manipulate the value, you can change one by one and you can check that what are the values it will change. And one thing, when you will copy the code from the document, then what you can do, here you will get some white spaces, okay? That will create the issue. So just make completely end and after that you can format the code. It will work proper. Okay, so this become your matrix method. Next, Now come to the 3D dimension. So this was during 2 dimension. Now 3D. Inside the 3D, one more axis you will get that become your Z axis. So you have to rotate around the Z axis as well. So the rotate X method rotates the element around the X axis. Okay. So similarly, the Z axis will rotate around the Z direction. Okay. You all having different fine. So mostly when you will copy the code, just remove this white spaces first. Mostly here you will get the problem. Here you have white space. This is the blockage actually. Okay. And after that, just make format. That's it. After that, your code will work proper. Yeah. So now you can observe here that text which is available here in the X direction, it came in the X direction and it gonna rotate around the X axis itself. Fine. Now let's rotate around the Y axis. What we can do? What we will do? We will just move this one and provide the Y. Let's see directly it will work or not. Yeah. So let's change that angle value. Let's try what is happening. Okay, it's a space something is given. Okay. Let's make this itself. So now you can see your text came in the another direction. Okay. So you can observe here the backside that color and upper that red color. So just you have to change the by direction. Then same type Z direction. Let's say change this as well. So now you can see your angle become during the 90-degree. If you want to change something value, you can change that one. Fine. So this type we can rotate that X direction, Y direction, and Z direction. Next is a transition. This will be somewhat attractive, you can say. So transition, CSS transition allow you to change the property value smoothly over a given duration. Means some text is there, and if you want to rotate automatic or you can want to move the text automatic, that you can do with the help of the transition. Okay. So in this chapter, you will learn about the transition, then transition delay, transition duration, property, timing function. Okay. How to use that transition? To create a transition effect, you must specify two things. First, you want to add an effect to, and second, the duration of the effect. If the duration part is not specified, the transition will have no effect. Means the duration part should be compulsory because the default value is 0. The following sample show 100 pixel red div element, that's fine, and this will move, this have a duration with 2 seconds. Okay, let's say copy the code and then we will see. Div is not there. Okay, also some code break, I think. width and 2 second. 1 second. Let me check the code first. So the element also specify 1 second transition. Okay. Oh, that will happen on that div over property only. What is the value? Width 330 pixels 300. I don't know why this system is hanging too much. Okay. Div colon h over and let's pass width 200 pixel. Save. One second, let me clear cache. It's too much. Window R page. Whenever your system will be look like it's slow, delete the cache file. Okay, got success. Now let me refresh one time. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Out. Browser also gone. Okay. So now you can observe here. So what we had given, we provided the width property, we provided the height and background color. So up to here, there is no any means that explanation is required. But after this, you can see here, we provided the transition. Okay. In the transition, we had not provided the width value. Means how much width the transition have to happen. We not provided, but we had provided the transition duration that is 2 seconds. Okay. So when you will put the cursor over this, the width value from here, it will occupied in that section. It will take from here. So let's see. Put the cursor. What happened? So for 2 seconds or the delay of the 2 seconds, it is going up to that much width, whatever we provided. Let's say make this width as 500. Let's see how much it's going. You can observe it's going like that much, whatever we had provided. Clear? So with the help of that transition, this will happen. Means that text or whatever you will provide. Suppose you writing some text itself. So according to that, it will move. Means it will show the movement, and that will happen with the help of just transition only. 1 second, let it load. Hmm. So next example. So when you will write this code actually, then you will not observe the changes. Okay. So for that, you have to have to write this as well together. Then only you will get the observation. Let's put the code here itself. So you will not face issue. Hmm. Next, change the several property value. So the following example add a transition effect for both the width and the height. Means now what we doing? We provided the effect only in the x direction, correct? But now we will observe it that means we will apply in the both direction x and y. So with the duration of 2 seconds for the width and 4 seconds for the height. Okay. So let's see here what we done. So we provided the transition width and 2 second, height and 4 second, and on the h over we provided the effect whatever height and width we want. So we will just take this value, that is enough, because remaining all things are same. So when we passing only one value, means just a transition and width and one value, so it will go in one direction. Let's pass height as well. So let's take height as a 400 pixel. Let's try. So what happened? You got that in both the direction, and this will mostly work in with the case of the speed, means delay. You can tell because both having different. Let's say put both having same, and let's say provide the value as well same. So on the top it's 100. Okay, let's take this also as a 400, and now let's see what is happening. Both is growing same because both having delay of same time. Clear? So what we provided? We are provided transition, width and height, whatever you want, that value. Next, specify the speed curve of the transition. Means now we can maintain the speed as well. So the transition timing function property specify the speed curve of the transition effect. So the transition timing function property can have the following value. It have different value. First is a specified transition effect with a slow start, then fast, then slowly. Okay, means when you will use is, so it will be go with the three pattern: slow during the starting, then fast, then again slow. This is your by default. Next is a linear, the transition effect with same speed from start to end. Next is in, a specified transition space with the slow start. Then is out, slow end. Okay. Then a specified transition, slow start and end. Next, cubic widget, n whatever. Let you define your own value in a cubic widget function. Okay. So let's see how we can do that. So you can observe here, just we have transition. Okay. Let it to be this one. Transition, fine. Let's we will look over transition itself. So remove the height, and now let's we will take multiple div section. Just 1 second. Take ID div 1. Let's take like this. Div 1, take here, div 2. Any doubt? Are you getting or not? Now I taken up to div 4. Let's take last as well. Why we will left? Let's copy this code is here. It's all property we had taken. There is no any blockage, I think. Div, okay, fine. Let's try all. What is happening? 1, okay. Go to next. It's fast, then slow. Okay. So everyone having the speed varying. Someone is going fast, someone is going slow, like that type of speeds. Got it. So this type we can check that one. Fine. So this is the transition effect. Next, delay the transition effect. So how we can provide the delay? So here you can observe we can provide the that transition delay. How much delay you want, that one. So let's apply this one. Let's comment this all. Sorry. Sorry. This have to write above. Now let's try. Div, okay. Where is that div? Okay. Okay, let it to be all div having same thing. No, then we have to provide this. Why it not working? Div, div h over. Okay, this is again div. Let's pass itself id equal to div1. Let's make this 1 as 1 as. Why we got yellow color? 11. That's fine. Something mistake. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So what we had added the property. Now see, we had added the transition delay. Means your transition will start after some second, not suddenly as you will put cursor. You can observe. When we had put it cursor, it not get started suddenly. Okay. Now let's try one more time. Put the cursor, wait. Now transition started. Got it. Remove. It will 1 second delay. It will come back. So that will happen with the help of the transition delay. Mostly in your project where you will see this type of design, you have to show some transition. Means there will be some delay. So we can use this one actually. Next, transition plus transformation. Now let's see. So let's say copy this completely. So width, height, and transform. Let's remove this delay first. let's this also. So transition, inside the transition itself, width and 2 second delay, then height 2 second delay, means a 2 second duration it will take, not that delay. Then transform 2 second, and h over already we have. Yeah, correct. Let's put a height as well. Yeah, anything more? Yeah, this one. So when you going with the transform, you have to pass the transform property, means why, what angle you want to rotate the diagram. That is the thing. So let's see. So this is the transform, means whatever text was written on the top, it rotated by 180 degree, means lastly your angle will be come to the 180. Got it? So this will help you in creating the design. So the whatever the height and width we providing, that will be with the this of this height and width. So main property, let's look over the main property. So what we had done, we used the transition. With the help of transition, what is happening, we moving, or you can change that, means you going to change the position, means if you want a height or width whatever, you can increase or decrease. So that will happen with the help of the transition. But what will happen with the help of transform, it going to transform your picture, means it going to give the another transformation, it going to change that completely. Okay, suppose that here we had passed 180 degree, let's say move, let's say give 90 degree, and now see what is happening. It's came in the 90 degree. Fine. Let's move 40 degree. Let's see. That's it. It gone stuck in the middle itself because it can't complete one cycle. You can tell. If you will take 25 degree, let's see. So it's moved 25 only. Got it. So this type we can change that. Suppose be taking 360 degree. Let's see. It will rotate one complete one cycle. Okay. So in the project, this type of design you can use that one. So now more transition examples. So same type actually. So here we had used all the type of property. So transition property equal to width, transition duration equal to 2 second. How we had written this both, that one in the shorthand notation. So in the shorthand notation for these two, we was writing this transition width 2 second. Correct? And next, transition timing function. What is that? Linear, and transition delay is 1 second. And what about this one? Let's me try this as well. We had not looked over. So transition timing function linear. Let's try what will happen. Here we can't observe in this case because it's transforming. Transition width, sorry, transition width fine. Delay, yeah. Now let's see. So height, let's minimize this. That's a linear means it's the same thing. There is no any changes. It going in one direction itself. If suppose we will take a transform here, will it work? I'm not thinking it will. But let's see what is happening. No, it's not. Because here we have to pass this transform property. Then only it will be. Okay, so this was your transition property. Then you have shorthand notation. From starting itself, we was writing shorthand notation, width 2 second, linear 1 second, like that. Next is CSS animation. Okay, so in CSS animation, same as a transition itself, you will get here. So like animation name, something examples, that's fine. Animation duration we have to pass. Animation timing function linear. Animation delay 2 second. Animation iteration count. Okay, animation direction. So whatever property we had used just now in the case of a transition, same thing we will use in the animation as well. So just we will try this example. It is similar to the previous itself. .html. What happened? Why this much error came? So div keyframe. What it's telling? Curly bracket expected. Div fine. Example. What is the issue? Curly bracket is here in the last, any missing? No, there is also, it's fine. It is correct. 1 second. 2D, 3D animation. Style div at the rate, that's fine. Why this one is giving error? Let me try. That was a code break. Okay, this is happening due to the animation property. It will automatic rotate. And whatever color you getting here, the color is changing. That is changing due to this value. 0%, then background color will be something. 20%, 25, then background color left means be telling the position. When it will be 0%, then where that position of that cursor or div, where it will go, like that type. When it will be 25%, 50%, 75, so like that. And this 20, 0, whatever is there, I think it's taking the screen size. Just 1 second. So here you can see. In example, we have specified the style change using the keywords from and to. Okay, which is represents 0% start and 100% completed, like this way. So it is starting from the 0% and 100% means fully. So let's see that what is the starting and whatever it's going on. So animation name, this is just example, nothing is there. We provided the animation name. Animation name where it is this a keyframe. Okay, here we had provided the examples that itself be targeting in the animation name. Next, this position is relative. Already we had studied that inside the position case. So next, animation duration. What is the duration? Duration is 5 seconds. Next, animation timing function. It's a linear. Then delay. What is the delay? 2 seconds. Next, how many count? How many count it will be? It's we had written infinite. Means this animation, whatever is going on, it will not stop because we provided here infinite. Next, animation direction. It's alternate. Got it? So this type, that's why it's not going to stop because we had provided here infinite direction. If you want more on this actually, then you can just one time look in this topic, animation topic. Okay. You can see here the text, this is CSS, whatever is written here, it's rotating. So the things, whatever is happening, that is without using the JavaScript. That is the case. So with the help of CSS, we can make these all things. Okay, so this was your animation. So now we had completed this much CSS. Now we have this much more. So we completed one complete section. Let me stop the recording.